In PTJ's newest addition to his manhwa universe, fists don't just fly, they mean something. Every fighter in Juvenile Law is a weapon forged by circumstance. Some kill with instinct, some with elegance, and some with nothing but cruel calculation. This is every fighting style in Juvenile Law explained, and trust me, we're not ranking them just by power, but by what makes them terrifying. We are going to be going over 7 of the most well-known and prominent characters in the series, going over their strengths, their techniques, and what they specialize in. If you haven't read Juvenile Law yet, I suggest you do. Season 1 just ended, so it's a binge worth your while. But with that being said, let's start off with Masterpiece of the Dead Mansion Organization, Park Si-Eon, or Shon. Shon isn't just a fighter, he's the Swiss Army knife of the Dead Mansion. Fast enough to hang with speedsters, durable enough to take punishment, and above all, smart. His combat IQ lets him calculate optimal decisions on the fly like a human battle computer, but what makes him truly terrifying is what happens when he flips on that internal switch. When he taps into that dark impulse, all restraints vanish. His reactions get sharper, his techniques get crueler, and pain just gone. This isn't just rage, it's purposeful violence. Shon becomes the one-man cleanup crew of the entire Dead Mansion. Whether it's espionage, infiltration, or survival, he doesn't just complete the mission, he becomes the mission. But monsters like Shon don't just appear out of nowhere. Someone had to teach him the ropes, and the woman who did that might just be more dangerous than all of them. Introducing Rachel. With no last name, that's just a testament to how sly and cunning she is. Rachel isn't just a mentor, she's the blueprint. She's trained in everything from espionage to urban combat. Close quarters, stealth, check. Heavy duty artillery, also check. She's the combat architect of the second generation children, optimizing them for real world scenarios, and that means she's not just effective, she's scalable. Where Shon is a one-off masterpiece, Rachel builds armies. Silent, lethal, efficient, and above all, obedient. And that efficiency becomes even more striking when you compare to the older generation. To understand the roots of the Dead Mansion's madness, you've got to meet Ethan, one of the original Dead Mansion projects. Eden is version 1, a first-generation good child, engineered with a specialty. His combat revolves around industrial tools, nail guns, measuring tape, impact gear, and you think that slowed him down, but Ethan moves like a ghost in a hard hat. He's been through more missions, made more mistakes, and more survival scenarios than anyone else, and that's the key difference. First-generation projects, fighters, were tailored, customized like designer weapons for elite clients. He wasn't just made to be the best, he was made to last. But the first generation didn't just mean rugged. Some were refined, some were deadly in a whole different way. And that's where Moa, formerly known as Morgan, comes in. Moa is a weapon with a script. Sold into the entertainment world, she was raised to be a world-class actress, but her real act, survival through mimicry. She can method act anyone she studies, and at her current peak, not only could she imitate 68% of Null's power, but a technique that brainwashes people, and even fragments of Shon's dark impulse. As long as her body can keep up, what makes her scary isn't just the imitation, it's adaptability. If she sees it, she learns it, and if she learns it, you better pray she doesn't become it. But while Moa copies killers, Dmitry carries the legacy of one. He doesn't just switch styles, he carries all of them at once. Dmitry is a brute force with a brain. He's the proxy head of the current Barefoot organization, and his main tool is a weapon passed down to him by the former head of the Barefoot organization, the Bear Hunter. A walking arsenal of traps, blades, clubs, firearms, and straight-up war tools. It's not just about having weapons, it's knowing when and how to use them. And there, he's a specialist. He's carrying more gear than a military unit, but he fights like a precision specialist. This isn't just strength for show, it's legacy. He inherited the title, and he earned the respect, and in the right situation, he is a one-man battlefield. But while Dmitry crushes his opponents with pressure, Antonio kills them with misdirection. While Dmitry is a wall, Antonio is a matador, and you're the bull. Antonio Miguel. Antonio Miguel doesn't need to overpower you, he just outpositions you. Armed with pointed metal spikes, he creates environments where you cannot breathe, baiting with red capes, cornering with formations like the banderillo. Once you're in his arena, it's like a bullfight, and it's safe to say you're not the one who's holding the sword. His speed, deception, and aggression in one frame. And the most dangerous part, he's just an enforcer for someone much, much worse. Because if Antonio is this dangerous, imagine the man he answers to, the final boss of this act, Null. Null isn't loud, he doesn't need to be. He walks through conflict like it's routine. We have no idea how strong he is, but in a fight, never once has he been touched. And his opponents, they don't just leave injured, they completely disappear. He's efficient, cruel, and utterly fearless. The scariest part is he commands Iscariot, an organization filled with strong, relentless people like Antonio, and he's the person they answer to. Null isn't just a top-tier fighter, he's a top-tier manipulator, and in Juvenile Law, that makes him the most terrifying weapon of all. Every fighter in Juvenile Law was built for something, some for infiltration, some for war, and some to destroy, but only few were built to survive. Which fighting style was your favorite? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe for more deep dives, and see ya.